Alright, YouTuber, today we got this 04 Jeep Rubicon, and we're going to be changing the water pump. You can see it's decent coolant there, and it's coming from the water pump on the bottom. It's very hard to see, but anyway, the way I start is with breaking loose that fan bolt, big old fan bolt. And I use this, I fabricated this one, I made it bigger. It was 1 5/16, and I grinded it to fit that bolt because I had trouble finding a wrench for that size, so made my own. And like I said, I start with that bolt while everything's still tight, the belt's still on there, that way it'll hold tension and I can loosen that up. Bolt, I just put the wrench on there and you're gonna whack it and eventually it will come loose. It'll take a few whacks, but it'll break it loose eventually. One more time. I got a customer. Hold on, guys. Okay, this one I'm on the 4th whack, I think. I'm gonna whack it one more time, and it will come loose, guys. Have patience. There you go. Let me show you that. See, it's loose already. There. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take a breather. My grandson just showed up, I think. Yeah, we're gonna go get lunch. Okay, now that I have that off, I'll probably do this hose and then take that shroud off, which should be 4 bolts, one here, then one down there, and I'm sure it's probably the same on this side, but we'll look here real quick. Alright, let me try to take this off. I hate these clamps. I might go with those clamps that you use a screwdriver. These clamps suck. And break that seal. And I do have a pan down there to catch this stuff. That one shouldn't throw that much. We'll hook it up back here. What else we need over here? Let's unhook. Oops, sorry. I did this little hose off. Put it back there. And I think this reservoir should pop out of here. Let me take a look at it before I break something. I'm gonna reach down there and put my hand under the reservoir. Push on that little bump there and pull up on it, and that's what holds it. That on the bottom, and this is the bump I pushed in, and then it hooks up here, and as you can see right there, that's where it hooks up on this right there. Now we can clearly see these bolts. And there's 4 of them, and that should release the shroud. And they probably will come out with the fan. So let's see what happens. And check out this huge bumper. I have to go around every time I go up there. An obstacle. I have to jump over it and stand here and jump over it again. I know it's just a matter of time before I bust my rear end. Alright, let's get those bolts off. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try to loosen the fan all the way. I've got one more bolt for the shroud. Just be careful y'all don't put a hole in the radiator when y'all doing this. Don't just whack it like that and let it spin out of control. And oh yeah, like that. When it gets to the last, don't let it punch a hole in your radiator. Okay, let me take this last bolt here, and the shroud and fan should come out. Be careful with that radiator. You want to tear it up. Let me get this fan out of the way first, because it looks like that's holding up on something. Oh, okay, there's a hose down there with the clamp right there. So you need to pinch those together, pop it out of there. And I always spray PB Blaster or WD-40 on these plastic connections or clips. Just try to squeeze it together and pull on this shroud. I went ahead and used these other pliers. I was able to pinch those two clips right there and pull up on this shroud, and it released it. There we go. Let's set this over here. Get the fan and the clutch. Let's set that over here as well. Okay, for these bolts, the shroud were 11 millimeters, and then this one I thought it'd be a 12 or 13. A 12 doesn't fit, a 13 is real loose, so I went with the standard 1/2 inch, and that fits pretty snug. It's crazy how they mix these bolts, and you might have to shock them too. Make sure you do all this when the belt's still on there, because you got tension on it. And we might have to whack these with the hammer too, just to break them loose while there's tension on the I'm doing the same thing, just breaking them with the hammer. Another thing I did, I put that brake or prying bar behind the pulley there. Now I was able to hit it, hold it down, put pressure on it like this, but be careful or pull it. Yeah, pull it towards me. See how it moves the pulley? And that kept the pulley from spinning while I hit it with the ratchet or whatever I needed to use, the wrench. Be careful, don't pull it too much or you might bend the back of that pulley. Just put enough pressure where it wouldn't spin. I was able to break those bolts. Now I can go to town with the electric ratchet on them. All right, boys, let's come out. 4. Look at this neat tray my brother gave me. Keeps everything organized. Okay, now we'll take the belt off and this pulley should come off. Draw a diagram of your belt so you'll know exactly how it goes. That's my problem. Every time I take a belt off, I forget how it goes. Alright, here's my diagram. How that goes on in there. I'm gonna use my tool right here to loosen that tension pulley. And here's your tension pulley right here. You put your 1/2 inch in there and you push down, and that releases the tension. I'll take it out of this. And you could probably use a belt. Go it on that side. Okay, and they should come off. Sometimes they're stuck on there. You tap. There we go. Man, this guy's got stuff on these. Now we can see the bolts to the water pump, and let's remove this hose right here and get my little clamps for that. I think I can use pliers. Man, this bumper makes it so hard to get in here. Let's see if we can get these with the pliers. If I can turn it this way, I think I'll be alright. Come on, turn this way. I was having a hard time with the clamps. With the pliers, I mean. So I'm gonna use this tool. Okay, there we go. Now, break it loose. Okay, I put a pan down there to catch the water. And break the seal with this tool. Okay, let's go this way now. These are great tools, guys. It's a must if you're gonna be messing with stuff like that. Now let's push it back with the breaker bar. Ready for Niagara Falls. Now, no matter how much you try to always get it right, you never will. Look at that. It's alright. I'll squeegee the water out of here. Maybe I can push it a little more. A little too late. Okay, now I'm going to take this clip. These clips are nothing but trash. They leak. I'm going to throw it away and put the ones with the use a screwdriver. Yeah, these are nothing but trash. All you do is give you a headache. Yeah, that's good enough because this one I'll have it up here. And I just seen this pot right here. I hope they don't give us hell. It's behind this. You know, let me take that pulley out just so y'all can see. Okay, I'm gonna take this idler pulley out just so y'all can see. Yeah, right. I want to see what's down there too. So back there. Okay, it has a spacer in the back, so don't lose that. And it's 14 millimeter. That's the pipe I'm hoping doesn't give us a hard time, because looks like if you're not careful you can break it. Ugh, that's going to be a nightmare. Okay, let's break the seal. Bigger. This is a small one, and I have a big one too, so if you can't get it with this small sucker, grab the other one. Okay, and just go around it. See how it broke the seal? Now it comes out. Now we can see that pipe there. It's metal. It's got a clamp here, so I'll unclamp it from there. Okay, now we're just gonna go around taking all the bolts to the water pump off. And hopefully we can start removing the pump. And I don't know how many are down there. I'm gonna go by feel. I'm gonna ask Phil how many are down there. And if you get the water pump ahead of time, that's even better, because you'll know exactly how many bolts and where they're at. Okay, let's go faster with the cordless. Start with the hard ones. Kind of like doing that first. Getting them hard ones out first, and then just whiz through the easy ones. Let me look and see if we got any more. For that, I'll use my trusty mirror. You can go places I can't go. Okay, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. By George, I think we've got them all. Now I'm gonna tap on that pump and see if it comes out. And I don't care if it breaks. So I'm hitting it with this hard hammer. And let me move that pan down there, because now we're squirting more to the left. Okay. Separation. Let me try to watch this. Take it off from this pipe right here. Remember this pipe up here? Here's that little pump. Hey, smaller than I thought. Thought it'd be a bigger one. A big one. Now we're just gonna clean up all in there, nice and clean, and go get the new one. Now this is where I hope I don't have an issue. I'm gonna spray it with WD-40 BB Blaster and let it soak for a while. While I run to the parts store, I'll let this soak. These get me real nervous. I'd hate for it to break. So I'm gonna make sure I saturate that bad boy good. Alright, just make sure you take the old gasket off here. These are real good. They work real good. They're short. They fit anywhere. See that old gasket coming off? Sure you get it all off or you're gonna have a leak when you put that new pump on. You can use a brake clean and it helps break loose that old gasket in there. Okay, just hit it lightly with this guy. Now here's the scary part. I finally got it off. I had to hold it down and hammer it here. It finally came off. And remember the direction this is. So when you put it, you want it facing the back of the water pump. You don't want it like this. You know, facing back. So remember that. Okay, and I got it off already, so that's good. I was afraid it would break. But look, it's loose already. Well, it's loose, but it's hard as heck. But it's coming. See how it's turning. Put some Teflon tape when you reinstall it. Okay, so we're good. Try not to turn it from here because you could break it. You know, I've seen people do this and it's cool, but if this is rusted, it's gonna break. So I will use this. That's the last thing you need is to break a customer's tool part and then have to replace it out of your own pocket. Now that it's loose, I will turn it from here, but when it's hard, I won't. And when you tighten it, don't tighten it through here. I've seen a guy do that too. Luckily it didn't break on him, but see, now it's real loose. So, all right, let's go get the pump. Okay, here's the new pump. Compare it with the old one. The same thing. The fan is a little different, but I think you get more circulation with this type of a fan than this one that's covered up. So that's good. It matched up. You can put a little bit of silicone back here so to hold the gasket. Just gonna use some of this gasket maker. See how this is gonna go. I'm gonna match it up first. You can figure out how it goes in there. There, ta-da! Nope. Yeah. There we go. Let's see if this isn't all dried up. So I'm just gonna put a little bit. It doesn't hurt, you know, you don't need it. You don't have to put any. I just feel more comfortable putting a little bit in there. Like, see, it's real light. I'm not going all crazy on it. Some people put some of this on, some people don't. I'm gonna put a little bit on. Also help keep the gasket in place. Okay, and we're gonna put some Teflon on that tube. And don't forget this thread protector before you put it on. I'll start it by hand, like I told you not to turn it if it was real hard. Once it grabs, I'll grab the wrench. Okay, grab the wrench. remember, it's got to face the back of the pump when it's all said and done. Okay, a tip. I jumped the gun. You might want to put the gasket in afterwards, because I had to crank on this baby hard. I mean, I had to put it on the floor and crank on it. I didn't disturb the gasket though. I got lucky, but yeah, do that instead. Now I got it facing the way it's supposed to face. Okay, now the bolts are the same size except one that's real long. And that long one, it's kind of obvious. It goes right here where you got this little space, and then all the other ones go on the other. Okie dokie. Let's go yonder here, on down here. I guess you can put it up here in this. Remember that one? Put it in there, I guess you want to. But I still need a clamp, so I'm gonna hold it. I forgot. Okay, line it up and get that one bolt ready. There we go. Now we can start with all the other ones. Little grinding wheel clunked out on me. And this one, and this one, and this one. Okay, now I'll go by hand so I can know how tight they are. I don't know the specs, and like I say, I already know because I do these all the time, but not trying to be a Billy Badass. But you do these so many times, you got the feel for them, man. Just like anything. Let's see. Crack! Oops, sorry. I better quit playing around like that, or it's gonna happen to me. Crack! And you could crack these if you go overboard on them, guys, so be careful. Well, like I said, I'm gonna change clamps, probably these two. These two and this one. That'll do it. Okay, let's see if you can see. I'm gonna go with this type of a clamp, and always put the where you're gonna tighten it, where you're gonna be able to reach it, you know, when you have to do this again, or whoever does it, you know, like I always say, give the other guy a break, man. Half of the time it's me. Okay, I think this will be easy for anybody else to reach. Now I'll do it by hand. Well, I'll know where I gotta stop without breaking it. Alright, let's put the clamp on this bad boy. There we go. Right there. Okay, let's install this pulley that we took off earlier. Okay. Line it up with those bolt holes. There, got that first one going. Okay, I don't know if y'all remember all that worn out rubber that was on these pulleys. I scraped it off, and again, you know, I'm tightening these up right now, and I'm just putting pressure on this breaker bar back here behind the pump right here. I put lightly pressure. That's probably enough right there. But be careful, don't break the water pump or the pulley. Okay, now that you've got it on there, the belt, whack it again. Just real quick. Shock it into place. They feel tight already. I can already tell they're tight. They didn't even budge. But I'm just gonna. Yep, that's it. Now Now here, I think I can put this in first and just lay it in there. I'm not gonna bolt it on there. I gotta get the fan in there. And then I'll go through the bottom and hook up that one connection that was down there. Okay, so I think I can leave it open there. Put the fan in through here. You have to lift this up. Let me start the fan. I know y'all can't see, neither can I. Okay, there we go. You can turn it so it locks. There. Now we can tighten these bolts, put these bolts in here for the fan. There's one. Okay, I'm putting the bolts to the shroud. And there's 4 of them, 11 millimeters. This time we're hitting it the opposite direction. And that's going to be enough, guys, to tighten it. Never had any problem with this method. Like I said, this works real good. It's 1 5/16, and you can see I grinded it down, and it fits perfect. It's been helping me. It's been saving my rear end many a times. Okay, now we got to put that upper hose with different clamps on it. Okay, notice the clamp's gonna be facing the direction where whoever works on it next is gonna have hell. Put this one in. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tighten this one for you real quick. And I'll get out of your way. Ah, hate it when you have it on the wrong direction. Gosh. Okay, now this one. Let's put you facing up. If this was the company I was working for, they'd be complaining about that. But I can see somebody can get hurt. So let's put some little rubber caps on there like we did. There. Everybody's gonna get cut. Okay, real quick, YouTubers, I'm gonna put this. All you do is slide it in there like that, and then connect that hose. I'm gonna shut the camera for now, let it charge. It's on its last 1%, and then I'll film again. Okay, YouTuber, Jeep's running real good, no leaks. I did make a mess, and it's all wet down there right now, but I inspected it, no leaks. It's not heating up. There's the temperature. Right on the money there. I drove it around the shop, and I am in a hurry because I've been working with another guy on another shop, and we stay busy, and I got to go over there tomorrow, so I'm trying to get this done for the customer. All right, again, thanks for watching, and like always, I really appreciate you, and God bless you.